Hello and welcome to KLM Institute.
Today, we bring you an important global development that has shaken the corridors of international diplomacy. Finland has openly challenged the very foundation of the United Nations Security Council by saying no single country should have veto power. This statement comes at a time when the world is witnessing one of the darkest humanitarian crises of our era. For decades, the 5 permanent members of the Security Council, the United States, Russia, China, France, and the United Kingdom, have held veto power. This means that just one country can block the will of the entire international community. And this is exactly what the United States has been doing again and again when it comes to Palestine. More than 142 countries in the world, an overwhelming majority, have stood in support of Palestine at the United Nations. Yet, every time there is a resolution to stop Israel's war on Gaza, to stop the killings of innocent people, or to hold Israel accountable for war crimes, the United States uses its veto. This is not the first time. This is the third or even the fourth time in recent months. Each time, America has shielded Israel from accountability, effectively giving Israel a green light to continue what many human rights groups call genocide. What is even more shocking is that Israel has used the excuse of hostages as justification for its attacks, but credible reports show that Israel has even killed its own hostages in its bombings. So the question arises, is this war really about hostages, or is it about eliminating an entire population? This is why Finland's voice matters today. Finland's president, Alexander Stubb, has called for sweeping reforms. He wants the veto system to end, because the world cannot allow one single country to block peace and justice for millions. He also suggests that the Security Council should expand, giving seats to Africa, Asia, and Latin America, so that the Council actually represents the majority of humanity, not just a handful of powerful states.
No single state should have a veto power. And if a member of the Security Council violates the UN Charter, its voting rights should be suspended. I believe that these changes at the top of the UN are necessary in order to maintain the UN's central role in international relations.
Let us evaluate this. If the veto continues, then powerful countries like the United States will keep protecting their allies, even if it means allowing mass killings. The credibility of the United Nations itself is at stake. The UN was created to prevent wars and genocides, but today it is paralyzed by the veto system. That is why reform is not just necessary, it is urgent. The truth is clear. The United States has acted as the real obstacle to peace. By using its veto power, it has allowed the continuation of destruction in Gaza, despite the world's united voice for peace. Finland's call for reform may not change things overnight, but it has added fresh energy to the global debate. It has reminded us that no single state should decide the fate of humanity. The world is changing. The voices of the global majority are getting louder. And sooner or later, the veto power will be seen for what it truly is, a tool of oppression, not justice.